These pages hold my quiet cries, the words I hid behind my eyes. To queens and ghosts and younger me, I write to set the silence free. Letters I never sent, wounds I never meant, stories locked in tear-stained ink. On the edge where hope and heartbreak link, each line a step, each word a key to find the self they couldn't see.
There's a kind of madness that lives inside all of us. It's wild, untamed, unpredictable, sometimes terrifying, sometimes freeing. That restless storm inside your head, the whirlwind of thoughts you can't quite catch. Maybe that's your Mad Hatter's Tea Party, a place where chaos and creativity collide, where order is tossed out of the window, and your ideas run rampant like wild rabbits. If your mind ever feels like a spinning carousel you can't take off, where emotions flood and thoughts leapfrog one another, then you know this madness well. And here's what I've come to understand. That madness isn't chaos, isn't a curse, or a flaw. It's the very soil where creativity grows wild and free. Today, I want to invite you to sit with me at that chaotic table, to lean into the madness instead of fearing it. Because within the storm lies a strange kind of magic, a restless energy that, when embraced, can turn confusion into brilliance and overwhelm into inspiration. This madness is not something to tame, but something to understand and harness. It's the unpredictable heartbeat beneath every great idea, every burst of passion, every unexpected moment of joy. So, if you've ever felt like your mind was a whirlwind, spinning too fast to hold onto, remember this: you're not alone. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party is alive inside you too. And it's not just chaos. It's the birthplace of creativity, resilience, and a fiercely beautiful kind of freedom. Pull up a chair. Let's dive into the madness together. I want to start by describing that chaos I carry inside me. The way my mind races, spinning like a teacup caught in a whirlwind. Some days it feels like a blessing, brimming with ideas and energy and passion that pushes me forward. Other days it feels like a trap, a storm that threatens to swallow me whole. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party is the perfect metaphor. There's no structure, no rules. Time bends, reality warps, and everything feels a bit off-kilter. Clocks run backwards, cups clatter with reckless abandon, and very air hums with unpredictable energy. But in that disorder, in the madness, there's possibility. There's creativity. There's life. It's the fertile ground where new ideas bloom wild and untamed, where the unexpected sparks fly and ordinary becomes extraordinary. I used to feel ashamed of this part of me, the racing thoughts, the emotional highs and lows. I thought I needed to tame it, to quiet it, to make it, quote, normal. I believed that to be accepted, I had to slow down, to blend in, to pretend the storm wasn't raging inside. But over time, I realized the chaos was part of my story, part of my spark, part of what makes me who I am. It's not something to hide or fight against, but something to honor and learn from. The Mad Hatter's madness became a symbol of my own wild creativity, a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful things come from a little bit of disorder. So instead of fearing the chaos, I started listening to it, to dance with it, to trust that even in the messiest of moments, there's a thread of magic waiting to be discovered. Dear Mad Hatter, you who laughs in the face of time, you who turn clocks backwards and spills tea on the floor, I see you, wild, restless, untamed. You are not a mistake, not a problem to be fixed, but a force of nature, a whirlwind of wonder. Though you sometimes scare me with your chaos, you are also my greatest teacher. Because in your madness, I find freedom. In your madness, I find myself. You remind me that perfection is a cage, and that sometimes breaking the rules is the only way to truly live. You show me that the world doesn't have to make sense all the time, that there's beauty in disorder, meaning in the unpredictable. When the world feels too rigid, too cold, too silent, it's your laughter that echoes inside me, daring me to be louder, wilder, more alive. So, thank you, Mad Hatter, for your reckless heart, your swirling thoughts, your beautiful madness. With you, I am never alone in the storm. With you, I am free. There's a delicate dance between chaos and creativity. One feeds the other. Creativity demands freedom. It needs space to make mistakes, to wonder, to explore. Chaos provides that space. At the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, there's no script, no blueprint. It's a swirl of ideas, conversations that jump from one wild thought to the next. That's how creative minds work. Sometimes messy, sometimes disorganized, but always alive. But society often pressures us to conform to order, to quiet the madness, to fit neatly into boxes. I fought that pressure for years, trying to make myself smaller, quieter, calmer. But the more I did that, the more I felt like I was losing myself. Eventually, I stopped fighting the chaos. I started embracing it. I learned that within the whirlwind lies possibility, raw, unfiltered, and beautiful. The messiness became my playground, a space where ideas bloom in unexpected ways. It wasn't easy. There were days when the chaos overwhelmed me, when I longed for peace and quiet, when the swirling thoughts felt like a storm too wild to navigate. But then I realized that the calm I sought didn't have to come from silencing the madness. It could come from dancing with it. So now, instead of resisting the storm inside, I invite it in. I let my thoughts tumble and spin like teacups at the tea party. I allow myself to be messy, imperfect, wonderfully chaotic. And in that space, creativity thrives. Because sometimes the best ideas don't come from order. They come from the beautiful, unpredictable dance of madness. To the chaos inside me, you who spins without end, you who blurs the lines between brilliance and madness, I thank you. For you are the birthplace of all my creations, the spark behind every wild idea, the rhythm in every song of my soul. Without you, I would be still, silent, empty. So I invite you in. Pull up a chair. Let's share this tea party together. Let's revel in the unexpected twists, celebrate the quirks that makes us who we are, dance between the notes of reason and whimsy. You remind me that life isn't meant to be neat and tidy. It's meant to be messy, vibrant, and full of surprises. So here's to the chaos, the beautiful untamed force that keeps my spirit alive and my heart wide open. Together, we'll sip from the cup of possibility, embrace the madness, and create a world only we can imagine. I won't pretend it's always been easy. Sometimes the chaos isn't inspiring. It's exhausting. The noise in my head grows so loud it drowns everything else out. Emotions flood in waves, anxiety calls at my chest. It feels like being trapped inside the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. But instead of fun, it's confusion. Instead of laughter, it's fear. In those moments, the madness is not a gift, it's a burden. But I've learned something important. It's okay to step back, to pause, to breathe. Chaos isn't a constant state. It ebbs and flows, and we can learn to surf its waves instead of being crushed by them. Sometimes that means finding a quiet corner away from the spinning cups and clattering teapots, where the mind can rest even just for a moment. It means honoring your limits, knowing when to slow down, and giving yourself permission to be gentle with your thoughts, your feelings, your restless heart. Because creativity doesn't demand chaos every second of the day. It needs space, balance, and rest to grow. And sometimes the most creative act is simply allowing yourself to be still. So when the madness feels too heavy, remember, you don't have to carry it alone. You don't have to be on all the time. There's power in stepping back, in embracing the quiet between the storms, and in trusting that the tea party will start again when you're ready. To the overwhelmed parts of me, the parts of me that want to hide, the parts of me that want silence, the parts of me that feel lost in the storm, I see you. You are not alone. It's okay to rest. It's okay to say no. It's okay to seek calm. Your worth is not measured by how loud your mind is, but by the love you hold for yourself. I hold you with kindness always, even when the world demands speed and constant motion, even when the chaos calls you back to the spinning teacups. Remember that slowing down isn't weakness. It's survival. It's a radical act of care. So whenever the storm feels too fierce, let yourself find shelter in gentle moments. A deep breath, a warm cup of tea, a quiet song. These small acts are the anchors that keep you grounded. You don't have to be everything all at once. You don't have to pour from an empty cup. There is strength in honoring your limits. There is power in choosing peace. And I promise you, the madness will still be there when you're ready. But right now, this moment of calm is yours to claim. I see you, overwhelmed parts. And I'm here holding space for all of you, the wild, the weary, the quietly brave. Not everyone's creative chaos looks the same. For some, it's a whirlwind of thoughts, a rapid-fire conversation between ideas that never seem to pause. For others, it's an explosion of colors or sounds, a vivid sensory immersive. Mad Hatter's Tea Party isn't about fitting a mold or playing by rules. It's about embracing your own kind of beautiful madness, whatever shape that takes. For me, that means journaling late at night when the world is quiet, but my mind is loud. It's painting feelings that don't have words, letting colors bleed together in imperfect harmony. It's writing wild stories that twist and turn in unexpected ways, refusing to make perfect sense. For you, it might be something else entirely. Dancing alone in your room, letting your body move without judgment, building something with your hands, shaping ideas into intangible form, singing your heart out even if no one's listening. The point is to find what sparks your creative fire, even if it seems chaotic, messy, or out of control. Because in that spark, that wild energy, lies the essence of who you are. Creativity isn't neat or tidy. It's a storm, a dance, a revolution inside your soul. And that's something to celebrate. So don't silence your chaos. Don't hide your quirks or dim your light to fit in. Bring your madness to the table. Spill your tea. Let the clocks run backwards if they must. This is your tea party, your madness, your magic. To you, the beautiful chaos maker, who feels too loud, too wild, too much, this is your permission slip to shine unapologetically. To be messy, to be loud, to be imperfect, these aren't flaws. They are the colors of your true self splashed boldly across the canvas of life. Your creativity is a gift, a power force that can reshape the world around you. Your madness isn't something to hide or tame. It's a masterpiece in motion, a wild symphony only you can conduct. Own it fiercely. Celebrate every unexpected twist, every burst of inspiration, every moment you dared to be yourself without an apology. Dance wildly at your own tea party, where the clocks bend, the rules dissolve, and your soul is free to spin, leap, and soar. Because in that glorious chaos, you are truly alive. So, how do you embrace your inner Mad Hatter? How do you turn chaos into creativity without losing yourself in the whirlwind? Here's some things that have helped me on this journey. Create rituals that ground you. Maybe it's lighting a candle before you write, brewing a special tea, or playing a particular song that pulls you into your creative flow. These little anchors can bring calm to the storm and open the door to your best ideas. Give yourself permission to be messy. Embrace the bad drafts, clumsy sketches, the awkward first tries. Creativity isn't about perfection. It's about expression. Let the mess be a part of the magic. Know your limits. Chaos can fuel creativity, but when it tips into overwhelm, it's time to pause. Recognize your signs of burnout and allow yourself space and rest and recharge. Know your limits. Chaos can fuel your creativity, but when it tips into overwhelm, it's time to pause. Recognize your signs of burnout and allow yourself space to rest and recharge. Find your people. Seek out those who celebrate your wildness, who encourage your madness instead of trying to tame it. Being surrounded by understanding souls can transform your creative chaos into a vibrant community. Celebrate small wins. Every spark of creativity matters, no matter how small. Did you jot down a new idea? Take a moment to honor that. Did you create something imperfect but real? That's progress. Celebrate those moments. They build your confidence and keep the fire alive. Remember, this dance between chaos and creativity is ongoing. Some days you'll twirl wildly, others you'll step softly, but both are necessary. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party isn't about control. It's about embracing the unpredictable beauty of your mind and heart. So pull up a chair, pour your tea, and let your madness, creativity mingle freely. Dear self, remember, you are not a problem to solve. You are a universe to explore. Within your madness lies brilliance, wild, untamed, and breathtaking. It's not a flaw, but a spark, a source of endless possibility waiting to be discovered. Your chaos is fertile soil, rich with colors and textures no one else can create. So tend your wild garden with gentle hands and fierce love. Water every seed of inspiration, no matter how small. Celebrate every bloom, whether it's a flash of joy or a quiet moment of insight. And forgive every thorn, the sharp edges, the painful lessons, the moments that sting because they shape your resilience and depth. You are the Mad Hatter of your own story, the architect of your own wonderland. This tea party is yours, an invitation to make magic on your own terms. Pour your own tea, set your own rules, and dance with your madness like it's the most beautiful song you've ever heard. This is your space to be wild, to be loud, to be soft, and to be exactly who you are. Embrace the beautiful chaos that is you, and know that within it, you are whole and enough. Make it magical, always. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party teaches us that life doesn't have to be neat or predictable. It reminds us that sometimes the most vibrant colors emerge from the messiest brushstrokes, and the most meaningful stories are born from the unexpected twists. In fact, the messiest moments often hold the greatest magic. Those bursts of spontaneity, the wild ideas that come out of nowhere, the laughter that breaks through the confusion and fear. These are the moments when creativity shines brightest, when we tap into something raw and authentic inside ourselves. If you're sitting in your own whirlwind today, feeling like your thoughts are swirling too fast or your emotions are overwhelming, know this. You don't have to fight the madness. You can learn to dance with it, gracefully, wildly, or however it moves you. You can use it to fuel as inspiration, as a doorway to new possibilities. Thank you for sharing this chaotic, beautiful space with me today, for trusting me with your time, your energy, and your stories. Remember, your madness is part of your magic, and you are the only one who can turn it into your masterpiece. Until next time, keep spinning, keep dreaming, and keep creating your own wild, wonderful madness. Embrace the unpredictability. Celebrate your unique rhythm. And above all, be kind to yourself in the beautiful chaos of being alive.